Nashville fire crews spent several hours battling a fire in the heart of Music Row this morning. That's where we find News Channel 5's Cuthbert Langley. So, Cuthbert, where exactly did this happen?
Hey, good morning, Jennifer. Basically, we're right at Music Square West, just across the street from the ASCAP building, just a few feet away from the roundabout. I'm going to step out so you can take a look at what the damage looks like this morning. From the outside, really the only indication that there's something wrong is the giant hole up there in the roof of this building, but I can tell you we've been hearing the sounds of water dropping all over the place this morning. We peered in just a little while ago and just saw there's a lot of extensive damage in and out of the house. This is why, take a look at this video. You can see just how big these flames are ripping through the roof of this home. Fire investigators tell us that the smoke and the flames went all the way up the roof into the attic of the home, so there's a lot of interior damage this house suffered through last night. Crews got out here around 1:30, and they were out here a pretty good while until about 5 o'clock this morning. When they arrived, there were 4 homeless people around the home, but thankfully, though, nobody was injured this morning, no fire crews or anybody like that. The biggest concern, though, this morning was that the fire may have spread to some nearby buildings.
With the houses being close together, that's always a concern with fire spreading to other homes, but they were able to get in there on top of it quick and get it put out and get it contained.
Now, this area is actually just where the Virgin Hotel is planned to go, of course, being developed by David Chase. There's pretty much just a fence, a construction fence over here. That's where the plan is to build that hotel. But they also were plans to tear down this home here in order to make room for that hotel. Of course, those plans have been stalled right now as David Chase is dealing with his ongoing domestic violence case against him. So far, though, no reports this morning about what may have led up to this fire. We're told investigators are going to come back out here a little bit later on this morning to hopefully determine if this fire is suspicious or exactly how it started. Of course, as soon as we get updates, we'll be sure to bring them to you here. Reporting live in Music Row this morning, Cuthbert Langley, News Channel 5 HD.
All right, Cuthbert, thank you. Dozens of Metro police officers responded after shots were fired near downtown late last night. This was the scene around 11 last night near Davidson and South 5th Street. When police arrived, they heard multiple shots and believed someone was shooting at them. Turns out some folks were testing out their new guns and doing some target practice, not shooting at the officers. One of the shooters ran off while 3 others were taken into custody. We're told they all could face reckless endangerment charges. 3 people were taken to the hospital last night after a crash that shut down Murfreesboro Road in South Nashville. It happened around 9 o'clock last night, where a car getting off I-24 at a high rate of speed flipped and ended up in the middle of the road near Spence Lane. We're told the passenger's injuries were serious, but not critical. Metro police are not sure at this point whether alcohol played a role in the crash. Here's an update now on that water main break that's caused trouble for people in the southern part of Davidson County. Crews have now installed a 3rd temporary pump to help get water to homes and businesses in the area, which covers parts of Creve Hall, 100 Oaks, Oak Hill, and Green Hills. Those pumps, along with water that's been being given to residents by the Harpeth Valley Utility District, should keep enough water in those homes for, as one person put it, wintertime use. What that means is, if you live in that area, you still are not allowed to water your lawn, wash your car, or fill up your pool. Nashville's fire chief says conserving water there is a matter of safety.
We feel like everybody is safe, but I would reiterate things that have been said in the past few days about not irrigating. Every bit of pressure we can save may be pressure we need in an emergency.
Fire crews are responding to calls in that affected area with 2 tanker trucks just to make sure that they do have enough water for the call. Full water service, we're told, should be back once permanent repairs are made to the water main, and that's expected to take about a week. Tennessee's sales tax holiday is in full swing, and through tomorrow night, you can save on all sorts of back-to-school supplies. Here's what it looked like yesterday at the Best Buy in West Nashville. Included in the tax-free shopping, computers and laptops that are less than $1,500, as well as clothing and school supplies that cost $100 or less. Some stores are even extending their hours this weekend to give you even more time to shop. If you'd like to see a complete list, just go to our website, newschannel5.com. Metro school employees are now accusing a board member running for re-election of violating a policy they helped create. Metro School's policy says candidates are not allowed to stump for votes on school property. But yesterday, During an in-service workday, Metro School Board members were invited to speak to bus drivers and monitors. The only members that showed up were those running for re-election, and school employees told us they felt like all three were there soliciting votes. One candidate in particular, they say, appeared to have crossed the line. A volunteer for Joanne Brannon's campaign was passing out re-election pamphlets as employees were walking in, of course, on school property.
Walking up the sidewalk about 50 to 75 feet from the door, walking into the school, and there stood this lady right out the door. She tried to give it to me, and I said, no, thank you. I mean, you know, don't approach me on my work day.
When we reached Dr. Brannon by phone, she admitted to passing out the pamphlets, and when asked if she knew that violated district policy, she said, quote, I was invited to participate and provide words of encouragement to the bus drivers and monitors, and that's all I have to say about it. She says she takes those pamphlets with her wherever she goes. It's not clear what, if any, disciplinary action she could face for violating the policy.